And also getting more information on the roundtable hosted by the Business Council for International Understanding with the theme, Risk, Reform, Return. Vice President Kashim Shettima showcased Nigeria's $200 billion energy transition opportunities across the country. That was at a roundtable hosted by the Business Council for International Affairs. All right, let's rejoin State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila for the details.
Highlighting Nigeria's sovereign rating by platforms implies the country is positioned as the natural hub for the African Continental Free Trade Area's $3.4 trillion market.
Nigeria offers a vista of opportunities.
Vice President Kashim Shettima seized the moment to draw the attention of investors worldwide to the multi-billion economic reset across Nigeria as embodied by President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The Vice President told the global audience that since mid-2023, under President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, Nigeria has embarked on one of the boldest economic resets in its history.
In President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have a friend, you have an ally who speaks your language, the language of commerce, who understands the dynamics of modern business, who was educated here in the United States. And he's a man of courage and conviction. Nobody was willing to bite the bullet. Nobody was willing to take risk. In our first day in office, he took the greatest gamble that any Nigerian leader had ever taken in the past 50 years. It wasn't part of his speech. It was at the inauguration ceremony that he announced the withdrawal of fuel subsidy.
On energy, the Vice President disclosed that with the 210 trillion cubic feet of gas reserves and one of the highest solar irradiation levels in Africa, Nigeria offers a $200 billion energy transition opportunity.
Since mid-2023, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda,
the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment said the impact of President Tinubu's administration's reform are already visible. GDP growth is accelerating, external reserves are strengthening, inflation is moderating, and investment commitment rebounding.
Building on this momentum, Nigeria has introduced a new tax act to modernize and streamline our fiscal regime. But tax is just one part of a much larger picture. We have built a 4-pillar incentive framework designed to reduce investor risk, accelerate cash returns, and make Nigeria one of the most competitive destinations for capital in the global south.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, representing President Bola Tinubu, was at the United Nations General Assembly Hall for the high-level meeting commemorating the 80th anniversary of the United Nations General Assembly. The event featured a 3-minute address by President Tinubu, during which he celebrated the spirit and successes of the United Nations, praising its legacy of peace, protection of human dignity, and entrenchment of development goals.